Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about engine cover. So of course, if you've seen any of our videos before, we've done a couple of engine covers, but this one of course is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be with a custom film. So we've had a customer send us a engine cover and they wanted it dipped in a custom film. So of course we thought we'd shoot a quick little video and show you guys the capabilities and what all you can really do with the custom film. So this one's going to be really cool, so definitely stay tuned. So with this engine cover, what we've got is we've already got everything prepped out and ready to go. Of course, we've already blasted everything down. We have taken the time, smoothed out any imperfections. Now, this customer did not want to spend the extra on the full texture removal, so that's perfectly fine. It is still a pretty smooth surface already, so of course, we just do what they want done. And so of course with this right here, we have sprayed our adhesion promoter over it because it is a bare plastic. We have sprayed a automotive primer down and then of course base coated it after that. Now that we've base coated it, now we have it here in this state right here, so then that way we can go ahead, lay out the film and of course dip it. And of course, by request, the customer has requested that we tape off the emblem and everything that is right here. So then that way everything still stays factory whenever we pull that back off. So let's go ahead, let's grab the film, we'll lay it out, show you guys what it's gonna look like and dip the part so that way you can see the end result. Let's get started. So of course, as you can see, we've got the SHAMROCK pattern here. This is going to be definitely a one-of-a-kind, very unique custom film going on the engine cover that we've got. So with this one right here, it does make it nice because this is not a directional pattern. So we can turn this way, we can turn it that way. It doesn't really matter. The shamrocks, the four-leaf clovers, they're all positioned in all different ways, so it makes it really nice. So whenever we're laying it out, we can get whichever way we need to go with. So then that way, if we have other parts, which we do have another fuse box cover that we're going to be doing as well, we can pretty much lay them out however way that we need, and then of course we can dip that. So definitely want to make sure whenever you're doing the custom films or even just regular films that you always note the direction, because some are directional, some are not, but in this case this one's not, so it makes it a little bit easier. So we've got our pattern laid out here, and then now we just need to cut our film. Now on something like this, inevitably we've got a pretty high area right up through here, and of course just looking at this in general, there are a lot of areas where it possibly is going to trap air. So of course one of those is going to be in these cutouts that are right through here. Inevitably we're going to get some type of air pocket that's going to be trapped somewhere in these areas, either in this corner, that corner, at the top up here, down here, whichever way we dip it. But those are all definitely areas of concern. But with this thing being a mainly just a solid color, single color, I'm sorry, not solid, but a single color pattern, it will be a little bit easier to touch up. So then that way the touch-ups are going to be pretty minimal. We're just going to have to mix up the right color of green that we need, and then we can go through and touch everything up. So in this case, again, just laying this out, we're going to leave ourselves a couple of inches of room. We're going to give ourselves probably about 3 or 4 inches because we do have a little bit coming around here. And then of course we'll give ourselves 3 or 4 inches around through here. So then that way, this right here will be great because we can go ahead and just cut this right down through here. And then we have this area that we can leave for our fuse box. And then we have this area right here that we can go ahead and dip for the engine cover. So let's go ahead and let's get started with trimming this out and getting it ready to go. So let's go here. All right, so we'll save that for later. And then again, this is a custom film, and so this is of course custom printed to order. And so with something like this, you can see you have of course
this might answer your question. Price check cost an estimated $2 million US to make.
Alexa, stop. So with the custom film, of course, you're always going to have a backing that is part of the custom film. Of course, we have the PVA, the printed PVA that is right here, and then you have the backing sheet that is right here. This part right here will of course be thrown away, and then the part that the backing is on, the PVA that the backing is on, that area right there is always going to go down in the water. So custom films are pretty easy with that. You always know which side goes down. So of course this side goes down in the water, and this piece right here, the plastic, is of course trash after you're done. So we'll pull this off, and then let's get this all ready to go, get our divider set up, and get ready to start dipping. All right, so we've got the liner off, and so one thing that I am going to do, and again, you can do this before or after, it doesn't really make, it doesn't really matter either way, but I am going to go ahead and put a piece of tape on the top and the bottom. Now again, you don't have to do this, but it does make it a little bit easier, a little bit more rigid whenever I'm picking it up, especially on a bigger piece like this, to pick it up and then put it in the water. Again, you could do this before you pull the backing off. Sometimes it's a lot easier doing it like that, but all we're gonna do is just take this right here and move that all the way down and put that right there. And then of course, same thing on the top, put that right there and across, and then there we go. So in that way, it gives me a little bit more rigidity going down through here, up through here. So then we're ready to go ahead and lay it on the water. Also, if you wanted to, you can trim off this excess right through here, just like this. So got a little bit of excess right here, not a big deal, but it does help whenever you're pulling your dividers in a little bit closer and a little bit tighter. So then that way you can tighten it up as much as possible to go straight to the pattern on either side. So let's get our dividers set. We'll go ahead and get those opened up, so then that way they are as big as what we need for this, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So we've got the SHAMROCK engine cover coming out looking amazing. Everything looks really good on it. We've got a really clear picture across the entire thing. We've got a really good wrap all the way through there. We came back in, we airbrushed in a couple of little bitty areas, so then that way everything blended together really well, and I was super happy with it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, if you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you subscribe to our weekly tips and tricks on anything hydrographics related. As well as if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. We'd love to hear from you on anything, as well as let us know how you think the engine cover turned out and if you would have done anything differently. Also, if you're looking for any supplies or anything like that for the hydrographics, definitely check out the website. We're also going to have a link in the description below, so that way you can get anything that you need for your hydrographic needs, as well as training, film, paints, supplies, equipment, anything like that. It's all on the website, so definitely check that out. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and this is how we customize your world. We'll see you guys next time.